hey ugly weeb, I see ya. What's good? A great big hello and much love to Gachi Ross, who's got many, many points. Ayatollah, Tutoremo on the solid, always lurking. Presma, Wagwan. Yeah, what's up, lads? Good to see you. I am freshly washed, thank you very much. I had a wash earlier today, thank you, after I did my squats. No, thank you very much for subscribing again. Lovely to have you. Dude, I was about to say, isn't it your morning? Aren't you waking up? But you must actually be up super, super late. So yeah, look after yourself and have a very good week. I appreciate your... That means you're... Wait, you're Monday night, so have a good Tuesday tomorrow. What? Hey! No, don't be like that. I know when you guys start getting the ball rolling on your little jokes and you're inside. No. Your boy scrubs. I've been scrubbing, okay? Chameleon S recommended a scrubbing cream, so I bought it. I think she actually sent me the link on Amazon. Since then, I've been exfoliated. No. You guys fuck off. No. I'm not about that. I'm not about that life. Right, let's get down here. Yeah, anyway, Todge, nice to see you. Ayatollah, you handsome man. Always a pleasure, dude. How are you getting on? Yeah, so Jem, Jem, lovely to see you. Good evening. You're saying read Tokyo Ghoul, don't watch from anime? Has anybody else got any opinions on that? Is anybody else familiar with Tokyo Ghoul? Can I just watch the anime, or is it just far better to read it? Like, are the panels that beautiful? Is the story that compelling? Because I'm down. Because I've got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind right now. That's my 20 minutes anime that I do whilst I'm doing exercise on the yoga mat. So like, that's like my little morning routine. I'm watching Spy Times Family. I need to update and fill in the media chart. But I'm not reading any manga right now. I'm still trying to get a moment to catch up with One Piece. Yo, you're vibing. I'm glad you like it. Godot Hotel, welcome back, by the way. Egg Nerd, nice to see you. Neo Cadenza, afternoon. Neo Cadenza, saludos. Yo, how you doing, by the way? Izzy, go have a lovely sleep. Look after yourself. Think of me. Oh, I told us welcoming people. LXL Kaiden, how you doing, by the way? The anime does not reflect the quality of this opening. The manga does, however. Ah, there we go. I'm just catching up in chat and you guys are answering the question already. Thank you. So we got Jem and Ayatollah are basically both down for jog on anime. Go read the manga. A signing, that is. So much better. The anime fell off hard. Oh, okay, right. So this isn't even a conversation. You guys just... There's a consensus. This isn't worth it, do that. Perfect. I like consensi. Yeah, I told her. So it's super, super rare, but I do the anime nerdy audio stuff. I'm a bit more of a film soundtrack. Or stuff that I remember from the 90s. But if I'm going to be a streamer who draws anime characters, you have to play anime songs, don't you? Have you ever been in a Fuwa stream? Mate, everything's in Chinese, Korean, or Japanese. She never once played an English song in her life. I need to be more like her. Ergo Proxy was that? Mate, I never watched the last episode of Ergo Proxy. I got so bored. I torrented the entire series in the late 90s over the course of 4 months on a dial-up. And the last episode was corrupted and I was so bored, I never bothered re-downloading it. I was just like, oh, this one's not working. Yeah, do you know what? Fine. I'll go out and play in the sun. Stupid Lizard, how you doing? Yeah, I'm back. Stupid Lizard, we're back. Popping in a few cheeky streams. Guys, so we are going to be drawing... just more sketching. That's obviously a sketch that's kind of done. I say sketch, we spent ages on it. But I just need to do a little bit of, just drawing and stuff. And then we're eventually going to... How low am I in there? And then we're eventually going to find that your and or other character feeling which we want in life. Yes, what I thought. But firstly, we're going to watch a trailer. A film trailer. Because we can. Cage, heyo. The next Mission Impossible movie doesn't come out for a whole year. If you can't do a cram in that time, you suck. Yeah, so this is the thing, Touch. I've crammed all of WandaVision in 2 weeks before. And that's 6 episodes that I hardcore put together. And then equally, I it took me like maybe 6 months to do 4, and I think I've written a script to Captain America, maybe? Wait, what have I written? Yeah, I've got some scripts and I never recorded them. I was just like, ugh. Anyway. Zombo, nice to see you. Good evening, man. Guys, I'm just popping down chat and making sure I've said hello and logged you lovely people. And then we're just going to check out that trailer and then we're going to do some sketchy sketch. If you guys got any questions, let me know. But I hope you're all having a lovely day. I made this tea a while ago because my last cup of tea is at 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's not warm at all, but I still want it. Handsomely. They mostly become handsome. Mostly. Yeah, Jem, you both say read the manga. Reiku as well, read it. I love you, Onion Boy, but yep, 6 AM here. Got a busy night, so getting some snoozing in right now. Yo, good one. Tell you all about it. The anime is good, but butchered story-wise. Personally, I liked it due to the magnificent soundtrack and VA. Dr. Mark, I will just listen to the soundtrack and read the manga. Guys, thank you very much for the heads up. I will fill in the spreadsheet accordingly for stuff and ting. Guys, I've not watched the very last episode so far of Spy Time's Family, but I watched the penultimate one where they just have a little entrance ceremony and everybody lines up and like what's the little biscuit called again? Little Biscuit psychic girl. They're like, yo, she needs to make friends with this guy. So she immediately alienates him and then she knocks him one. I was just like, oh, do you know what? I like this anime. The episode before that, when they had a big bit of playtime in the castle, I was just like, this is the weakest episode so far. Like, I'm not really paying attention. I get that it's good that the girl has her own playtime and she gets to be a child. But as an anime episode, I was like, I'm barely paying attention. But then the episode afterwards, I was just like, bang on track. That was just so sweet and entertaining. Season 2's alright. Anything past that is garbage. They stray from the manga too much and make it worse. Yeah, God, I hate that sort of stuff. I can't stand that sort of thing. Do you remember in Hunter x Hunter, when they originally made Hunter x Hunter, they added an extra test to the Hunter exam? They just added an extra step in the exams. So obviously anything that happens in that has to be worthless because it's not in line with the manga. And they had a lady in that with a big fuck off sniper rifle. And like in the first or second, like the second episode of Hunter x Hunter, you realise that people with bullets are a little bit not a problem in this universe because people's physical skills when they train are like Kurapika's like stopping bullets with the chain and stuff. Actually, maybe that's a million years later. Okay. No. In like one of the first few episodes, they say specifically, because there's a dude with a gun, they're just like, that's not a hunter. A hunter with a hunter license would never use a rifle. Because it's like beneath them. That the firing of a bullet isn't as good as them being super awesome fighters. And then they just added the sniper rifle character. It's just like, what the fuck is this? Why? Anyway. Fortunately, who's Hisoka's boyfriend? Guys, in Hunter x Hunter, what's the name of Hisoka's boyfriend with long black hair? Killua's brother. He just like, when he's still disguised as the other dude, he just fucking like takes her out. He just flies through the trees and kills her. Anyway, let's get down here. I tried watching anime of Tokyo Ghoul. I lost interest after a while, and I'm a big anime fan. Oh, art stellations. Yeah, that's damning. A damning critique. Good to know. I'm really sorry. I think my glasses are in the bathroom. I'm going to be right back. One sec. Ew. Sorry about that. One sec. Let's get these headphones on. Sorry, I took these off when I was washing my face earlier. I keep my other pair of glasses in the bedroom now all the time because I'm reading book 3 of Malazan Fallen Empire. And I'm really enjoying it again now that it makes sense, because I accidentally skipped book 3, went on to book 4 and didn't understand why all these characters were doing different things. And then by book 5, I was like, I don't understand why they're fighting the crippled god. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. And I was like, this series is so hard to get your head around. I don't even like these people. And now I'm reading book 3 and I'm just like, it makes so much sense. Okay, I quite like this now. Actually, this is accessible. Funny how doing that, reading books in the right order will do that. This is like the time I watched, the first time I ever watched The Witcher season 1. I didn't have Netflix back then, so I was watching it from like a, tv.123livestream.com org. And it was just really fucked up in the playlist. So I watched the last episode first. And I was like, oh, wow, it really just throws you straight into the Battle of the Mages. Because I'd read the book, so I was like, okay, I know where this is in the story. But this must be really difficult for somebody who's very new to The Witcher to kind of understand. And then episode 2, I was like, oh, now it's jumped back in time. And I watched the entire series go up to the end again. And I was like, I haven't seen that episode with the big fight. Because I remember on YouTube, there was a big fight breakdown of The Witcher season 1, where he carves his way through some people. And then I watched that and I was like, all right. Consume media in order. Linear time. Mate, I'm like Dr. Manhattan when it comes to watching TV shows and reading books. Like, time is something in a linear fashion that you perceive, but I perceive it all at once, so it really doesn't matter to me. Where's What's that? This is me. I read a book, number 3 in the series. I experienced it all at once. The year is 1984. I've just been born. A look in my mother's eyes shows pure love. Electricity spans across my fingers. I turn the page. I'm reading book 5 in a series of 10. I have no idea what's going on. Later, I'll discover my mistake and go back to book 3. The Witcher, episode 1. I'm watching it at the end. Time has no more meaning. Do you know what I mean? I'm like Dr. fucking Manhattan. Anyway, putting myself back together was the first trick I learned. Anyway, what were we listening to? Anyway, let me go back to chat. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick catch up. We're almost there. Gachi Ross, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for shouting out Fuwa. Noonpang? I send the message on your Twitter. Can you read it for me? Oh, Noonpang, if I don't follow you on Twitter, I won't see your message. It's nothing personal. I don't check messages from people who I don't follow first. So, like, it doesn't come up in my inbox. I've got, like, a separate one that's hidden. Noonpang, was it super important? You're more than welcome to talk to me right here. Noonpang, I'm right here for you right now. Come communicate with your boy Mikey. Well, it's a bit loud, isn't it? Wow, she's really pumping her soul into that one. Oh, sorry, God voice. 86 had been decent, but the dub was pretty good as well. I like the Ergo Proxy music. Noragami. Oh, you're just logging because you've got a good ear for this. There's like 3 or 4 episodes right before the end, and they could have just left out an Ergo Proxy. Otherwise, I love the series. Yeah, Jem, I think I need to go back to it and actually pay attention. What the hell is this? This is amazing! What anime is this? Anya. Oh, the little crumpet girl. Yeah, Anya. Yo, what? You guys lock my lights. I still don't know why my lights aren't changing back. You guys... Always messing with my... Ooh, wow, that flashed really weirdly. Anyway. Artsy Wolfie, lovely to see you. How you doing? Illumi. Yeah. Illumi. Illumi's all deck. I fancy rewatching Hunter x Hunter, but stopping at the start of the Chimera arc. You fancy rewatching it? I told her that really wasn't for you, though, right? You didn't... Wait, am I thinking of the right manga? I thought... So this is what I love, Ayatollah. We've got, like, a lot of similar tastes, but, like, what we look for in a lot of entertainment, we actually look for completely different criteria. I thought Hunter x Hunter wasn't necessarily like it's not like you said you hated it or anything, but I thought Hunter x Hunter wasn't really your jam. Fuck the Chimera arc, it's the worst. You think the Chimera Ant arc is the worst arc? Okay, now I agree it is the least accessible and for a very, very long time, the least interesting. And if you read the manga, it's just pages of text because they're just explaining stuff. And obviously the illustrator was poorly, so he wasn't even drawing characters after a while. It was just a story. You were just reading a book and there'd be like the odd random really bad sketch. You're like, okay, whatever. Because the story's so good, you want it. But like the Chimera Ant arc is the ultimate tipping point. The ultimate bad guy becomes good. And the ultimate good guy succumbs to being bad. It's the big arc where everything has consequences. It's the end of a certain person's journey. It's the biggest fight in the anime. You guys not into now? All the bit before that, you're just like, yeah, fucking hell. But hey, now that arc's big, man. Hey, where are my manga readers at? Best fight in the manga, quite possibly, is Hisoka versus guys, what's that? What's the Sky Ranch guy with the cross? You know, Billy Bob earrings. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's the head of the spider. Leorio Lucifer? Oh my god, guys, it's been a while since I thought about Hunter x Hunter. I think my brain cells are dying. Kuroro Lucifer. Got it. I apologize. You'd be surprised, but this is one of my favorite manga, one of my favorite anime, and I can't even remember it. Kuroro versus Hisoka. Mate, you ain't lived until you've seen that fight. All right. Do you need reading glasses or just glasses for everything and reading is fine? Artsy Wolfie, just for reading. Like, I can read chat and I can still read the license plate of cars and stuff, so I don't need them technically for driving. But honestly, it is nicer and easier to wear them almost all the time. Even when I'm doing the gardening, because it stops the smoke from the bonfires hitting my eyes. But I don't need them for gardening and shit. Yeah, it's just to sharpen up the reading. I still haven't watched Hunter x Hunter. Reiku, that's a great position to be in. You've got such good stuff ahead of you. LF's back. Hey, man. Valvenge, lovely to see you. That's Sakura Burst from Code Geass. Ooh. I enjoyed Hunter x Hunter. I love the Greed Island arc and the character development. Oh yeah, that is like you're thinking so hard. Like you can just kind of like tune out a little bit and let the fights just happen. But the Greed Island arc, you're just like, wait, so and so need to dominate these sets of cards so that this group can use duplicate and clone on this set of cards. And once that's maxed out, those cards no longer appear in the shops, which means once they've got Monopoly, they can trade them in the auction center for these 5 key cards, which is going to let them go here. And you're just like, that's not like people playing a video game. That's a YouTube video about how somebody can find an exploit in the video game by doing some like crazy shit. Yeah. That's it, baby. Yeah, that's good. That is good. It definitely felt the longest, yeah. Salamandra Obisa. Hey, Mikey, I just got my Deco 03. Nice. Your review helped me when choosing this one. I'm really liking it. Thanks. You're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. Hey, de nada. Okay. Playing a card game RPG IRL. I've ticked all my boxes. You're deep into that shit. They've aren't they beta testing right now a tabletop role-playing card game version of Cowboy Bebop? Did I read that somewhere? I think I saw like somebody share a post on Twitter. Cowboy Bebop tabletop RPG role-playing game. And it's got like 4 stages you have to get through. So it's like, 3, 2, 1, and stage 4 is called Let's Go. Anyway, guys, let's check out the trailer for Mission Impossible. I suspect my boy Todge might have sent me a link because he's a fucking gem. What we got? It's called Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning? Mate, that sounds like a Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Mention in pedo. Hey, thanks for the follow. You know what, guys? I suspect my lights aren't working very well today. They they really flashed in a way that I can only describe as a bit poorly. Okay, one sec. Let's open this up. Ah! Cool. Okay, that's also playing instantly. Sorry. Let me just drag that over here. Little mini heart attack. That's okay. That's just my organs. That sounds boring, but maybe it's me just not liking tabletop games. I don't really have the friends with which to facilitate that tabletop gaming lifestyle. Back when I lived in uni, but I had lived in a house with with 4 other guys, and we used to play Risk like almost every other weekend. We played at least 2 really massive, long, intense games of Risk a month. We were just deep on that. Okay, guys, we're going to make a really quick video for YouTube. A real YouTube quickie. Know what I'm saying? For the upcoming Mission Impossible. Where's the monitor? How loud is this for everyone? Okay, that's pretty loud, right? Is this like a teaser trailer? Excuse me. Okay, guys, everybody in chat, please say hello, YouTube. Let me get rid of that one. All right, let's go. Well, good evening, guys. I hope you're doing well. My name's Mikey, and let's check out the upcoming Mission Impossible trailer. Yo, let's go. Yo, we live on Twitch. That is how you make a teaser trailer, all right? That is how you... Oh, I'm so up for that. I really enjoy the Mission Impossible franchise. I actually think they're banging good films, really good entertainment. That felt less like a trailer that's like edited by a trailer house team. That felt more like a fan music video where they just edited shots, but having that without any diegetic sound, so it's just the soundtrack. Now, some of the later Mission Impossible soundtracks were done by The composer, is it Lorne Wolf? Am I saying his name correctly? And I actually really, really like them. This sounds like more of that great energy. Let's have a look through this. Guys, are you looking forward to this? This looks really good. Yeah, Reiku. Manim's liking it. Valvenge is in there. Lixons. Scooby, Todge. Salutations. Yo, TTV, we're just checking. Okay, number one. Okay, so a lot of this is reminding me of a lot of other films. I don't know if you guys are getting that vibe. This is brilliant. This is London. This is what London looks like now. I think that's Rome. Okay. So this reminds me of the last James Bond Spectre, where he's got the Aston and he pushes this little car up a hill when he's being chased. This reminds me of an earlier Mission Impossible movie where they went to another rave that was lit quite similarly in a similar environment. This just looks like the kind of clubbing life that I want to get back into. This reminds me of the area when they filmed the last James Bond movie. What was the last one? No Time to Die? The Big Apology? Everyone's sad? The Greater Good. Do you guys recognize my boy? So this guy is, he's the chief section officer for the CIA in Langley in the first movie, right back in Mission Impossible 1. Do you remember this guy? And the other guy spots the knife, and he's just like, I want him shipped off to Antarctica by the end of the day. And he's like, FedEx him his clothes. What about him? And his number two was another guy with grey hair who was an actor in the original Mission Impossible TV show. So bringing this boy back, I'm down. For some reason, you remind me of Max Gassy Mexican. That's his Twitch name. I promise I'm not being racist. Oh yeah, no worries. I'm a little bit brown. I'm a little bit Brazilian, so I'm bigging up all Brazil and Portuguese. But I accept any Latin country. I'll do with Mexican. It's fine. Thank God they didn't add an Inception sound. Absolutely. I'm so glad they're keeping to that Mission Impossible energy. God. Landan! Oi, Landan! Yeah. That's the clubbing life, not the Triple X clubbing life. Let's not talk about Triple X. I'm enjoying my time right now. Do you reckon he's gone rogue? Excuse me, eye patch Rebecca Ferguson. Whenever I say who's that lady I like, it's Rebecca Ferguson. Eye patch Rebecca Ferguson is going to be my new fantasy. I love her so much. This guy is in Ozark Season 1. He's the representative of the second largest cartel in Mexico, who's constantly chasing up the family for results. And then obviously he gets a little bit mouthy in some racist house. Spoiler alert. What's this guy's name? He's brutal. Yeah, he's great. That's Tom Cruise's wife, right? Don't know her. Who's that guy? He must be new. Sorry. I think this might be affecting what we're doing. This is Metal Gear Solid Rebecca Ferguson, and I'm sorry. Let me just screenshot that for my own personal use. Sorry to stop this little trailer reaction, but I'm just gonna get that for some Mikey time. That's for me. That's my gift to myself for later. Okay, good. Let's close that. Sniper Wolf. I know, Kid Ludens. Hey man, Ugly Weeb, hi. Esai Morales, that's his name. Yeah, he's great. So there is a great bit. So, Mission Impossible movies, they go a little bit like this. Mission Impossible 1 was the clever one where you had to pay attention and think. And there's a bit where Ethan's sitting in a restaurant opposite this guy. And Ethan's slowly clocking that there's been a second Mission Impossible team on site the entire time. I think they're in Prague, maybe, in the first one. And he's like, do you remember he's got that giant fish tank and he has to make the explosive gum? Mate, we are cramming Mission Impossible. I'm so keen for just a really entertaining action film. And I kind of know that this stuff delivers now. Who's directing this? Yeah, I need to rewatch him as well. I'm looking forward to it. It's that minor key. Ba 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 ba, and that they're slowly tuning it into the Mission Impossible riff. That's what I love. I love all that dramatic stuff, but then it slowly coalesces into something familiar. It's just like the Batman and Robin. Is it Michael Giacchino? Who does that? Batman and Robin score, where it's all over the place, and then it coalesces at the end, and it's amazing. Despite the film. That's such a cool visual. So guys, I need to get some new glasses soon. Should I get some like office terrorist Nazi look, maybe? Office techno terror Nazi with a suit? That's a look right there. That is a look. Oh, what's this called? Is this Diwali? Is that what it's called? Next year, everything you've ever known, every character you've ever loved, finally in one place. Running, kicking, bang bang, slide slide, drown drown, drizzle walk, duck duck kapow. Oh, by the way, have you seen the behind the scenes for this? You know, Tom Cruise is a big, like, basically every Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie is, I'm a millionaire old man who wants to go on an action holiday. And if I happen to film a movie whilst I'm doing my action holiday, it's a tax write-off. So obviously he likes to do his own stunts. So I saw the behind the scenes. Tom Cruise is this train. He dressed up as this train. That's actually Tom right there. It was incredible. It was incredible. He really got into it. He took on the role of a steam locomotive. You can't even tell. And that is a nod, obviously, to GoldenEye. That is fantastic. There's a lot of nods to other action movies in this. Pierce Brosnan, Fierce Pierce in the beginning of GoldenEye. One of the best Bond intros. Now, the only criticism is that Dead Reckoning as a Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, that is a title that sounds like it belongs to Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you know what I mean? Pirates of the Caribbean 7, Dead Reckoning. Okay, guys, what do you think? I'm really up for this. I haven't been up for a movie since Batman. I'm up for this. Don't call them Nazi glasses on stream. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I have to beat that out as well now before I upload it to YouTube because they won't share the video. Yo, Traveling Weeb, I hope life is giving you a good time. It's a fart bomb. It probably was like a gas thing. Bubble cars are the coolest things ever. They're the ones that open the door from the front, right? We've got running Tom Cruise. We've got a Hogwarts train. His tax write-off is much better than yours. My tax is better than yours. Your tax can't even open doors. My tax is 6 pages long. Your tax is a tiny little dong. Yeah, you're right. Tom Cruise can out-tax write-off me. Tom Cruise for train engine. yeah, Valvenge. Get yourself a can of Coke. I like that one. Oh, where's my here we go. That took too long. Ethan Hawke is nothing on Bond. Remember when Bond drove a shitty BMW Z3? Hey, Kid Ludens, that was the Pierce Brosnan era. They were licensed with BMW. They were contracted for Beamers. So what they did is they made sure they tried to show shots of James Bond driving an Aston Martin in his own time, or other characters with an Aston, because all the main Bond stuff had to be the Beamer. Yeah, that was not a good look, by the way. James Bond in the BMW did not sit right. So you're going to go to the cinema for this one? And yeah, I think I might, mate. I think this might be that kind of big cinema experience that you need. Anyway, come on, someone's got to keep Tom Cruise afloat. God, he really never recovered once Universal cut his contract, did he? Poor Tom Cruise. The badge lifted up to reveal a saw blade. Don't let it boss you around, they say. There was a cut scene when they got that car out in the Pierce Brosnan Bond where there's an actual Jaguar in a cage. And it was supposed to be a riff on, you know, yeah, anyway, don't worry about it. Let's go. Your math teacher had a bubble car. Okay, so we're all fans of bubble cars. I hope we also all enjoyed the Mission Impossible trailer. Those are my initial thoughts and reactions to the teaser. It's done its job perfectly. It looks like it's more of everything we love. There's a sense of finality to it. But I'm going to bang this one out in the cinema for sure. Guys, thank you very much for watching along. Click like, click subscribe, hang out, join us live on Twitch, whatever floats your boat. But otherwise, take care. Yo, guys, thank you very much for bearing with. That looks fantastic. I'm really up for that. Okay, let's do some artwork. Oh, is that the end of the track? I thought it was going to drop. Yo! I think the new Top Gun is out. Yeah, that doesn't do it for me. I'm not interested. I will watch it, obviously. I'm sure it's a good film. I'm sure it's really engaging. But, you know, I'm not crazy nostalgic for it. Wait, what is this? A rumbling. Oh, Ayatollah's already called it. You're doing Top Gun midnight screening tomorrow. Yo, nice one. They cut out the volleyball scene. Yeah, I lost interest immediately. I would describe my opinion of Top Gun 2 as flaccid. Not enough man on man grab. Was it grab assing? Mind if I share a sketch I've been working on? Yeah, if it's safe for work, go ahead. Get yourself a cheeky permit from a mod. I'm going to rewatch all of the movies. Yeah, queso. Absolutely, me too, mate. Me too. Oh, big bang of Mission Impossible. I'm here for it. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of setting up, bear with, whilst I just look at screens. Just got to do a little bit of ting to make this all work. OBS, reference pictures. Oh yeah, let's have a look. Maverick and Goose had a special relationship. Oh, is that his lover? Oh, yo, this is lovely. Hey, have you been by any chance using the mirror tool whilst I was using the mirror tool as well? Have you been doing a sketch along? She's looking great. Good work. You made her a nice colour, though. Yo, le Mulecorp. How you doing, man? Good evening. Comment ça va? Goose earned his nickname for his predilection for grab ass. You just picked the right guy. Yeah, the shading is lush. Oh yeah. One sec. Pop, 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 pop. What the hell is this? Let me turn this up a little bit. You guys tell me if this is no good. Sounds like something from the Berserk remake. That's a really cool. So guys, every time I see more amazing your fan art, I'm just like adding it to the your folder. So all my ideas for when I do keeps changing. So we're going to do a tiny bit more sketching of faces, a bit unrelated, and then I've just got a lot of your cosplayers now. Actually, this folder's definitely changed in tone. Yeah. Okay, let's scroll through here. Found some other lovely images the other day, though. I just want to open a couple other things. Yo, this is cool. I'll just do a little bit of scratchy warm up real quick as well. Just a moo. Attack on Titan slaps every time, yeah? You like banging them out, huh? Yeah, I need to catch up with the manga on that. I've already told you, but I was up to the bit where Eren. Wait, is it Eren? It's another dude. Oh, it's the royal bloodline lady takes the blood of the kings, and she's like, "I'll put an end to this. I promise, I'll put an end to this." And then once they take the bloodline of the kings, they inherit the king's will, and she's just like, "No, I won't change this." And then that big steaming titan falls on his face, and he's steaming really hard, and he drags himself on the floor towards the town. And I was like, yo, this is really near the end. They've overthrown the internal government. We've realized they were using titans as a form of control on the people. That's the big reveal. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty much wrapped up. And so some people were just like, no, you've got more to go. And I thought it was just a little bit, but now the story's still going. So apparently there's loads I've missed out on. That was years ago. God, I need to catch up. Also, I can't find a certain image I'm after, which means it's in another folder, which is even bigger. Unorganized. So give me 15 to 20 minutes of scrolling through pictures. Nathan, I've got a picture of you right at the top of my big pile of downloads. Just you with the pupper, with Willow. How's Willow going, by the way? Update, please. Pup date. Kid Ludens, can of Coke. Good work. That's like the halfway mark of the story. Oh, I'm that far behind her. Okay, I'll dive back into it. I mean, I was reading the manga, but I'll probably skip over to the anime then. It's probably going to be easier for me. Ah, guys, I have a really good picture of the underside of a car. So we might play around with some ideas for She-Hulk as well. We could do it for some warmy-uppy. So guys, I'm just going to do some sketching today. We need to do your, ideally, unless it becomes so late I just do something else. So I'll try to do a your focused bit of drawing, but we might just toss around and do a bit of sketching here and sketching there until my bedtime. Okay, I've been downloading a lot of pictures of kittens. Sorry to keep you guys. I thought I had this picture in the right folder. Yo. Esbuvia? Sorry, that's really tiny in the wrong screen. Thank you for the follow. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. I found your tokens. Okay, I'm like almost done going through this folder. I haven't organized my pictures recently. I've been a bit busy. I could have sworn I'd moved it. God, it never stops. Every day I log into Twitter and there's just so much amazing artwork and cosplays and cute pets that I have to download. I swear my morning routine now is 10 minutes of downloading art on Twitter into folders. Never see them ever again, but as long as I have them, I'm happy. This is kind of banging. Brilliant. I think that was a complete waste of time. I can't find it in this folder. You're recording this. I will be. Good shout, good shout. Oh, I need to open up another OBS for that as well, yeah. Hey all, thank you for the follow. How you doing? Welcome on in. My pants are clean. That's what I like to hear on a Monday night. Good. Oh, this is lovely. It's not what I'm looking for, but it's lovely. Let's put it over there. Oh, well, I have no idea where that's gone. Let's do some sketching anyway. I just had this... Yo, British manga car, good evening. How often do you draw these days? Tim the Boss, not enough. I've actually been on a massive drawing break, so I'm still in my warming back up into business kind of thing, which is why everything's so janky with my art. So I'm just vibing up a bit of Patreon stuff right now. This is all warming up and practicing and just trying to get back in the flow. But I usually draw maybe every other day. Depends what I'm producing content-wise. Yo, Ayatollah, let's have a look at this. Oh, okay, she's gorgeous. Let me just save that. It's like me downloading every song I hear on the radio. Oh, is that your illness as well? Because this is like my illness. I have a need to have something and categorize it and put it in a folder. I never need to see it again, but I just need to know that I have it. That's like my insecurity. I think that comes from having when you grown up poor, and so like having stuff is super rare. So you get real like clingy onto stuff. You stop sharing. Is that Discord server up, Nezuko? How you doing? It's still only for subs, Nezuko, but I have mentioned that I'm going to open up another, room for everyone. I just haven't done it yet. I do apologize. But watch this space, Nezuko. Ask me again in the future and my answer will be yeah. Yes, indeed. Handsome Bill. How the devil are you doing? Bill, it's lovely to see you, man. How are you? How's that sweet Georgia peach of a life? Oh, British manga car. What are you showing? Ooh. Oh, it's an animation. It's a VTuber. It's a PNG tuber. Is that the term? Oh, fucking hell. Yo, good work. I too dream to do that one day. Do I still have my digital Mikey? I need to do that with my VTuber, my VSona. Yeah. Hey, that's awesome, man. British manga car, you delicious ting. Alright, I'll see ya. Chameleon S, the future is now whenever you're here. Chameleon S, when you're not around, I feel like I'm stuck in the past and the world's passing me by. But when you pop your sweet head in and say hello, I feel like I'm stepping forward into something bright and hopeful. How the devil are you doing? Lovely to see you. I'm only playing Apex intermittently, but we still need to try to get a couple games in again soon if we can. It's been a little bit of a while. Mikey.png is perfect as he is. Oh, Kid Ludens, thank you very much for accepting me as I am. Yo, you guys have got good ears. Black Clover. Excited to see you step forward more. Ah, that's only because you like me from behind. Reikuharu, enjoy your lurk. Thank you very much for popping in. Okay, sorry guys. This, like, it's not an obsessive compulsion. It's just that I really specifically wanted to find this really nice reference image to do more yaw. Because it kind of matches up with what we were doing here. And I've put it in a folder. It's in one of 3 folders. So, hold on. It's not the end of the world if I don't find it. It's just annoying because I remember thinking specifically, oh, that's a great reference to work along with this. Guys, I hope you're having a lovely Monday, by the way. Thank you very much for popping your sweet heads in. Always nice to see you. One second, I've just got to tweet something. Just remembered, I want to tweet that Rebecca Ferguson image. Oh shit, I saved it into the same massive folder. I don't even know where it is now. Alright, one sec. Shoot. Oh. I need a little bit of categorization in my life. One sec. I can sort file by date modified. Let me go by date modified. Boo, boo, boo. Yo, hey, thank you very much for following. Wait, let me come back to you. It's made out smaller. Oh, Kaiden, you've subscribed. Hey, dude, thank you very much. Yo, welcome on in. Oh, crikey, man. Thank you very much, dude. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Kaiden, I don't know if you're aware, but you can now get into my Discord and download my artwork for free and change the colour of my lights, and you're now more handsome. Yo, nice move. Okay, Here we go, here we go. Let me just... I need to send this Rebecca Ferguson tweet. What's that Solid Snake stuff called again? I just want to say Mission Impossible. Metal Gear Solid. Ferguson. Metal Gear Solid Rebecca Ferguson is now... Here we go. Sorry, guys. Hey, Jess times Jess. How you doing? Good evening. Thank you. Mikey, I found your old art in your design videos. There's 2 missing. So I wanted to ask you if you stopped them or if they got striked on YouTube. My art, your design. Sakara. Yeah, so I was doing 4, wasn't I, or something? And I'd done a couple, and there was more to do. That was like from what, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I actually still hadn't done 2 of them. There's like a very small handful of people who remember that, and they're still just like, excuse me, you still got 2 more to go, mate. Yeah. So yeah, you are correct. We've got more to do. Cyan Dark, how you doing? Nice to see you. Has Bill answered me? How's Bill? Just surviving. Well, it's good to see you, man. Oh, you got hit with some adverts. Wait a minute. Ah, Bill. Okay, Bill, that's just pure luck and timing. Currently, I'm running it so that there's an advert every half hour for 1 minute 30 seconds. And that's designed so that anyone who randomly opens a stream doesn't get hit with an advert. But now it's automatic. But you managed to come in literally as the timer just rolled over. So, like, that shouldn't be your experience every time. That's just, you landed right on it. My caps lock is bro. Alright. Hey. You shift typing, Artsy Wolfie, just so you can calm down. Bless your heart. No, you're all good, don't worry. I don't hold a grudge. Okay, sorry, let me find does this help me? I've got to stop downloading memes. It's becoming stupid. They're instantly out of date. And I'm just like, brilliant, but at least I have it. By the way, do you know what? I low-key really like the fact that Ugly Sonic is now its own thing. Isn't there like I've seen loads of clips on the internet. Is it like a Chipmunks movie where it's got loads of cartoon characters and Ugly Sonic goes round like Comic-Cons and stuff as like a famous like kind of thing, signing autographs and stuff. I just think that's so good. But I love that it's now its own persona. I'm good. No worries about the ads, though. I have them on a timer, too. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're good, man. I know life's a bit of a bitch and a struggle sometimes, but it's always a pleasure to see you, dude. Someone's got to stay in Georgia, and it's not going to be me. One of us has to. Must be in a different folder. Wait, that's when I got that reference for car. Yo, Anonymous. Hey, thank you very much for dropping a drop. Dropping gift on Bill. Anonymous, whoever you are, wherever you live, I love you very much. Yo, thank you for dropping a gifto on Bill. My boy, Handsome Bill Sims. Yo, Anonymous. Isn't that like an ability in Fallout 4? Where, like, you can just have an anonymous aide, and every now and then when you're in a fight, some random guy in, like, a trench coat and a hat just turns up and shoots the bad guy for you? Okay, honestly, it's not the end of the world. I'll just, I'll come back to that and sketch it up later. Let me just go back to sort by type. Okay, so what I was going to do is, I was going to, like, zoom out on this. I will still open another OBS really quickly to get recording. I was going to zoom out on this and do, like, a profile next to it. So it's like a Your Forger, you know, police, click, click. What do you call it? Like the usual suspects. All right, 1 minute. Oh, it's literally called the Mysterious Stranger perk. Likewise, and it's not me either. I'm leaving GA as soon as possible. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Hey, I saw a terrifying bit of commentary from like a political speaker. Some like lady in Georgia who's running for some Georgian position, and she was just like, there is no separation of church and state. She is like, but church, we run the government. We will run the government. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. That is utterly horrific. We are the church. The people are the church runs the government. There will be no separation because this is what's right. Fuck me dead. Oh, you watched The Usual Suspects yesterday? I need to rewatch that, Bill. That's one of those great films that came in that window of me going to university. Fight Club, Usual Suspects, what's the guy with the bunny rabbit going back through time? Me and Torch. What was that film we watched? It got re-released at the cinema. Bunny Rabbit Suit Back in Time nightmare film. Anyway, Usual Suspects is a banger. American Beauty came out round about then. What else was like those really good films that you had to watch when you went to university? I want to leave the United States. Oh, Jess, really? Why? Is that specific to social issues in your state? Oh, the guys are really OP. It's a good perk. Yeah, this is supposed to be an anime soundtrack. What is this? Viking N3, Dodge and Fuski. Take a sip. Nalik Third and Viking. Yo, Pride, how you doing, man? Good evening, welcome on in. Arrival? I swear to God, if this music wasn't playing so loud, I'd be able to think of the title. It's on the tip of my tongue. Bunny Rabbit guides ghosts back in time. And the old lady whispers in the guy's ear, every single living thing dies alone. Every single living thing dies alone. Donnie Darko, stee that. Can of Coke for you, mate. Cheers, stee that. Cheeky cad. Go on. It should be the theme song. Yo, Kedimo, how you doing, man? I will take a sip. A little bit of rum and that Coke. Here, go on then. It's Monday. Why not? You got to grease through the start of the week somehow. Why is that the default? That should default to what's been set in there. Okay, that's not programmed correctly. Jesus Christ. Let me just turn that down a little bit. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was horrible. What am I looking for? Oh, I need to open OBS. Yo, let's go to the desk cam. So what I'm going to do is go on a fresh layer and we'll just play around some other sketchy ideas. Now, I'll really quickly show you what I was thinking of doing and then we'll sketch out another idea I've been thinking of as well. And then eventually we'll do none of them. And I'll forget that we're even working on this. But we'll have fun whilst we're on the journey. Okay, so the record, thank you very much. Minimize. So I was vaguely like, yo, let's be up here. Some kind of flow down here. Excuse me, it's going to be really rough. What is this? I'm really... Okay, this playlist is coming back. This has been really good. Fizzle Fuse, how you doing, man? Yeah, it has been a while, dude. I'm okay, man. I was offline for ages. I've been doing loads of gardening, loads of housework. Just getting back into the swing of production. My plan has been, like, sort my life out. Sort my eating, sort my sleeping. I say this every few months, by the way, so I wouldn't hold your breath. And then get back into producing with a priority hierarchy. So at the moment, I'm just like, right, okay. Slowly get back into making content and drawing more. With a priority on Patreon and the main Mikey Mega Mega channel. Every week, that content needs to be done. Then on top of that, ideally also Megaverse content. And then all the VODs. And then Film Cram. And then Mega Mega Minis. So I'll slowly just keep adding and adding until my schedule becomes full again and I can't add any more. And that's when I start going back and start doing some proper time allotment and really gaming up our plan. So it's really nice to be back in the streaming bit. My streams are a little bit shorter at the moment, just the nature of the beast. But otherwise, no, it's all lovely and good. Not as lovely as you lot, obviously. I need a little effect, which is a tinkle. I need right here in OBS a little flash of a tinkle so it shines in my eye and I give you guys a wink. Something just flew off my headset. Uh-oh. Founding Aaron. One of my favourite errands? Question mark. So let's go here. So how much is this body length? And then how much is the leg? And then okay, so guys, are you working on anything at the moment? Anybody got any projects going on? Little bit of artwork? You just chilling out on your Monday night? Relaxing, maxing on call, playing some video games? We need to do a little bit more work on Elden Ring. We're currently in this area of this horrible mage near another area that had a giant guarding some kind of temple. So we're going to be doing a lot of investigating. That's all. Have a bloody good evening. Dude, thank you very much for popping in and just vibing a little bit. Tomorrow, guys... Make sure you follow me on Twitter, by the way. I always tweet before I go live. Tomorrow, it's probably going to be video games or Lego. Probably a little bit of video games. Unless I'm desperate to get more art done. In which case, art stream will just supersede everything. I hope that's okay. I know you guys are probably sick of Elden Ring. And the fact that I'm taking so long is very unentertaining. But I might still have to cancel it and just do another drawing stream instead. Getting back into the flow, and I'd like to just capture all that feeling. Just vaguely remembering our quadriceps here. What's going on? I'm working on a model kit. I'm working on Spy Family art. Reiku, Spy Family Crew. What's for model kit? I'm interested in model stuff these days. Mooney Raven is struggling with their hair for an OC. Oh, what's the struggle? I always suggest make it wilder than you think, and then you can calm it down afterwards. But really just hair's great for experimenting with lines, because you really can just make it do anything and just see whether or not it actually pleases you aesthetically. Fizzle Fuse has been vibing with some commission work and taking a break. Thank you very much for making this your break location. Welcome to your breakation. I'm here all week. CDGmo, you're just a really bad sleeper. I used to be hardcore nocturnal as well, and I'm just trying to get that under control. Short naps is hard, Gem, yeah. Just times Jess, you're doing Comic-Cons over the next few weekends, so you're packing. What Comic-Cons are happening? I obviously don't know about that anymore. But Jess, who are you most excited for seeing, or like do you just not know and you just go there and see what there is to be entertained, or are you going specifically to go shopping, buy some art, or see like a guest speaker from a sci-fi show? That's what Comic-Cons do. Hello there. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Alright, this anime playlist was a much better idea than I suspected it was going to be. I've been really enjoying these. They're just ambient enough that I can still vibe on top of them, despite having lyrics. First time seeing the face behind the tutorials. You've made a huge difference in my art. Hammer Draws, good evening. Happy Monday. Thank you very much for the kind words. I'm popping your sweet self over here to Twitch. Dude, I hope you're having a lovely day, and I hope your artwork is going very, very well. Yo, it's always lovely to catch somebody who's just used to the YouTube vibe. I'm more handsome than you thought, obviously. Well done, me. Anyone? No, never mind. Art takes too much effort, but it's so good to do. It's so pleasing. I should be drawing, but I'm not motivated. Then forget it, Steve. Just relax. It's Monday. Come on. Monday's for relaxing. I've got your Hulk video paused. I'm working on a pose. Oh, nice. Kojimo is trying to do art in a different style. Valvenge, lovely to see you, Valvenge, is doing some Tsunade fan art. Nice. What's good? Kaiden, you're 160 hours deep in Elden Ring. Oh my god. Okay, this is a question to, well, you and anyone who's got an Elden Ring save which has a insane amount of hours on it. Are those hours clocked in because you've just been leveling up and repeatedly trying to fight bosses? Or people who have massive hours, do you have that because you've been building up too many different skills? As in, right now I started off with a character that was a bit strong, a bit dexterous, and now I'm forcing it over to be dexterous and faithful and arcane because I want to do more magic with my samurai build. So I'm doing a little bit of grinding, taking up the time. I'm not really stuck anywhere in the game, but just getting back to the right stat relationship is taking a lot of work. It's a girl model kit. Oh, nice. Do we know the girl, or is it from an adult anime website? Been trying to get that under control for how long now, Mikey? Bill, 3 years, I think. It's been 3 years since I regularly did good hard exercise. And it's been on a slippery slope ever since. Oh, Bill, I don't know if you hung around back when I was doing keto for 3 months. It turns out I was doing the keto diet completely wrong. I was eating well over my daily recommended intake of calories because I kind of misunderstood how magic keto was and how keto worked. So I was banging out like entire packs of pork and entire packs of mince and entire family packs of lamb like every day. I was like, yeah, there's no more potatoes, so I get to eat loads and loads of meat. Turns out that is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Also, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. Good evening. Yo! Handsome Toby draws. Toby draws. Toby draws. Yo, be honored, Toby. How are you, man? How was your stream, dude? This is my idea of being a welcoming, socializing person. Why talk to people specifically when you can just put up a template? Mate. There's a way that I could integrate Twitch with Excel, Microsoft Excel. I'd be living a dream. Phoning it in again. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Toby, how was your stream and how was your evening, man? What are you up to? How's family? I know, I'm just so fluid with my lip work. I'm so in sync. Guys, am I a boy band from the 90s? Am I a 90s boy band? Because I'm in sync. All week, I stream every day. Oh, Medino, you just finished the tutorial on YouTube. Hey, dudes. Welcome whenever. How are you? The absolutely bored tones makes a copy pasta someone. Yeah. You have to put no life into it whatsoever. Yeah, Toby, what's good, man? More like 98 Degrees. Wait, is 98 Degrees a failed boy band? Whenever I think of Degrees, for some reason I think of Due South. But that's not a boy band, that was a TV show. Canadian Mountie Comes to LA? For some reason? It was on BBC Two after Neighbours. But you had to sit for it before... No, it was after Neighbours, you go to BBC Two and then there's The Simpsons. Then an episode of Due South. And if you were lucky, there'd be Star Trek afterwards. Then they stopped playing Due South in England and they just stuck with Star Trek. Is anybody watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds? Is anybody watching Strange New Worlds? I know that Alex Kurtzman's Star Trek universe is a nightmare if you're an old Star Trek fan. But I need to be happy in life, and I'm trying to proactively enjoy Strange New Worlds. And it actually had like a bit where like the writing was like it was too woke. And then the writing had a little bit later that reframed something. And I was like, huh, that was actually pretty clever. That was actually pretty good. It's still a little bit on the nose, but a lot of Star Trek, there's quite a few Star Trek episodes that were. Wendy Gobu, how you doing? Is this Full Metal Alchemist? The one a minute ago was Fly High from Burnout Syndrome, and this one is The Day. And one before that was Departures. I don't recognise any of these tracks, I'm so sorry, but if you've got any questions, I'll double check the Spotify playlist. Mooney Raven, how are you, by the way? I'm working on a friend's album cover. Oh, yo! He's about to publish his first song on Spotify, and you're the album art? Anyway, let me get down there. I had such a hard time with Picard. Oh, that shit's dead to me, honestly. I know I've said this to you guys a lot, but before they even came out with Picard, I was instantly just like, you're 10 years too late. This might sound a bit ageist, but I'm talking about, like, at the very end of the X-Men films he was in, 10 years ago, well, now it's 15 years ago, but, like, 15 years ago, Jean-Luc Picard, Sir Patrick Stewart was still a commanding presence. He was an old commanding presence man. Mamewa! Well. Now he's just an old man. He no longer commands the room. And that recently in the last 15 years changed. So I was like, I'm not interested, to be honest. It's kind of flogging a dead horse. And then obviously we came across how awful the writing was. The universe and the values have nothing to do with what Star Trek was. So I watched the first season, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that again. So, like, people have been telling me a bit about the second season. I'm just like, I'm not going to watch it. That's not my Picard. So in my head, that's all taking place in an alternative universe. So if you like it, that's totally valid. For me, it's not my timeline. Hashtag not my timeline. Mamewa, you're the only person who's welcome in my timeline. How the devil are you doing? Thank you very much for the lovely, lovely host. Mamewa, you're such a delicious egg. I'm so pleased to see you. M to the I to the K-E-Y. Live your life, and I will never die. Mamewa. Again? Mamewa. Sorry. I forgot. Mamewa. Hey, it's been a while. Hey, Helen. How have you all been? Mamewa, I've been away doing gardening and other things. I think I've talked to you since then, haven't I? More importantly, how was your stream? Anything you can share? Anything you're up to? Come on. You know I like to see the goods. Mamewa, your art is blindingly lovely. It was always good, but like it's so fucking good now. Mama's pajamas, you drive me bananas. How are you? How have you been? So there's one of two. So this is what we were going for. Vaguely this, although this will all change. This is all still completely incorrect. But there was like a variation on this. One sec. And then we'll play around with a completely different idea. I could try to do something that's a bit more visually engaging. I'll just pretend that I'm Niku Senpai. We'll summon some of his energy. His anime fan art's always so... They're not just fan arts of characters, they're also very beautiful kind of digital paintings. Tilmar, how you doing? Man in blue denim, always a pleasure. I like that they brought Q into the show just to have him die. Q dies? Wait, you can't kill someone from the Q continuum. The Q continuum can only commit suicide, and they can un-Q people. They can like kick people out, like make them mortal, and they can kill themselves, I think, according to Star Trek Voyager. I think. They die? Q dies. Ah, fuck that show, man. What were we doing? Yeah, one sec. Yo, Snowrip, welcome on back in. Senpai noticed me. Scare Blues, posture check. What are you doodling today? Gardening sounds lovely. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Mama. Oh, Jesus, that was some big clicks. So I'm just, I'm mostly warming up and trying to remember how to draw again, because I hadn't drawn for 2 months. That was quite a while ago now, I've got no excuses. So I'm just getting back to making YouTube tutorials again and doing all the stuff in business. I'm trying to think up a pose for Yor from Spy Time's Family. There's actually another pose I want to try out as well. But we're mostly just doodling and scratching around. This is our warm-up sketch for Yor. And I was trying to make her quite pretty and beautiful, so I either want to do a picture of her that's relatively close in, mostly chest up, and really put effort into the eyes and really get the hair and have her have some emotion. Or maybe we're going to go more assassin mode. So I'm just playing my way between the two until one of them just reaches for me a little bit more than the other. Let me have that sip, Snurrit. Mamewa, do you want to share anything? Otherwise, Mamewa, can you, if we give you a permit, can you drop your Instagram? You don't have to if you don't want to. We'll get back in the groove. Oh, bless you for asking, dude. It's always lovely to see you. The more I hear about the new Trek, the more I hate it. Okay, sorry, Beastachio. So where I was going is that Picard is dead to me. I don't want to watch that show. Jean-Luc Picard from the TNG series was one of my substitute father figures, if you know what I mean. You know, growing up without a dad, you kind of find surrogate father figures, whether they're aware of it or not, in your life. And most of my morality and ethics came from watching Star Trek. So Jean-Luc Picard, like, he means a lot to me as a character, but also in terms of me growing up as a young man. So I don't want to fuck with that. Okay, I'm literally just like, that's not for me. But Star Trek Discovery is just awful, and as far as I can like get my head around, it's not even Star Trek. But it's gone. They went into the far, far future. We don't have to worry about them. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is like, I want to accept it because I watch a lot of red letter media and stuff like that. And although I find it really entertaining to remember how good old Star Trek was and talk about how awful Alex Kurtzman writing is for new Star Trek, I don't actually want to be like them. They're both so miserable. And so I'm just like, look, Captain Pike is in the era of when the Federation was a lot more gung-ho, a lot more chaotic goods, and a lot more brash and balls out, compared to the beige cruise liner era of TNG. So I'm kind of putting down a lot of that extra quippy, belligerent writing and dialogue down to being of its time. Because I want to see the good in... I'm desperate to see the good in a modern Star Trek show, basically. Just so I can be happy and watch something. Like, what's it they say? If you can't be with the one you love, learn to love the one you're with. So I'm experimenting with a little bit of that in Kurtzman Trek. But there are a couple moments which are good. Number one, there's been 3 episodes of Strange New Worlds. And unlike Discovery and all the other trash right now, they've been 3 standalone episodes. Not 3 episodes of an ongoing plot story arc, which you're not even sure if the writers have resolved yet. Like, maybe they're just coming out with shit to see what happens. 3 good old, watch it and done, standalone Star Trek episodes. Each one focuses on a little bit of character development in the B story, while something a little bit larger is happening in the A story. Okay. And what I really liked in the last episode is basically there's this character who's just like, there's a race that's not allowed into Starfleet for certain reasons, right? And she's just like, towards the end of the episode, she's like, Captain, I'm actually a person of this race. And as I have to hand in my Star Trek badge and, you know, you have to court-martial me or whatever. And because Pike is so open-minded and chaotic good, he's actually just like, you're an exemplary officer. Put this badge back on, is basically what he says. And as you're watching that, you're just like, okay, we get it. Pike's really woke, he's chaotic good, blah, blah, blah. You know, all right. You're not doing anything particularly interesting, I get it. You understand the scene, you know how that scene's going to play out before it's even got halfway in. You're just like, okay, she's confessing, blah, 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 hand over the badge, and he's going to decline. Isn't this a great future? They do that, and then later on, that same character is filling in her log. And she's just like, he basically accepted me because I was, air quotes, one of the good ones. And she was like, why do we have to be one of anything to be accepted? Why can't we be just like everyone else? There's as many good and bad as others. And basically, although Pike, in the Pike scene, it seemed like he was being super open-minded and cool and progressive, from her point of view, he'd basically come up with the space version of saying, no, not you. You're one of the clean ones. I don't mean you, darling. I mean all the other dirty ones. You know what I mean? Like, it was like this hidden prejudice in his speech about being all open-minded and cool. And I was like, holy shit. That was genuinely a really good piece of writing. That caught me totally off guard. And it was really good. I was just like, oh. So there's hope. There is hope. The apple, I said this to, I think, Todge. The apple might not have fallen far from the Kurtzman tree, but with any luck, it might roll down the hill a little bit and just cause some distance. Now, let me look at Mamewa's art. I tried watching Discovery and Picard. I couldn't do it. Beef Stasio, same. And I stuck with Discovery for 3 seasons. There's a brilliant bit where season 2 of Discovery, the very last episode is they go into the far future, and the very beginning of season 3 starts in the same moment. They arrive, they go through like a time thing, and they arrive in the far future. But one of the main characters in the show, I don't know what's going on in their life, and I haven't read any like rumors, I have no idea. And someone's body weight and physical appearance is their business. You don't know what someone's going through. We should all just know that's the base. And understanding that we're all on the same page about that, she is also portraying a character in a TV show, so her appearance is of question because you're looking at her. And between the very end of season 2, when they go into this time wormhole, and the start of season 3, when they come out the other end, she must have eaten half the crew. Because she is just suddenly, she's like, that uniform's a bit tight, do you know what I say? And like, as a viewer, my guess is that the actress is just deeply unhappy. Maybe she hates being in the show, maybe she's bullied on set, maybe she has a physical condition, an illness, who knows? But she suddenly got big and she looked miserable. And I called it really early. I was like, she's not going to stay on that show very long. She does not look like she's in a good place. And they've written out her character now. I was just like, yeah. There's like a random episode where she's just like, oh wow, this research station is fascinating. I'm going to stay here. And everybody on the Discovery goes, yeah. Tilly died on her way back to her home planet. So anyway, Discovery, I don't really like it. It had a couple interesting things, but overall, yeah, hashtag not my Star Trek, hashtag not my timeline. But, Beef Stasio, if you still want to be happy, just give Star Trek, just give it a look. Just look at the first 3 episodes, and I'll tell you why. The very first episode of Strange New Worlds, without any spoilers for the larger plot, is basically, it's almost like it's meta distancing itself from the... Can you guys hear me okay over this music? It's almost meta distancing itself from Discovery, because basically all the shit that happened with Discovery before they traveled through time causes a prime directive problem with the local star systems. And I was like, oh, it's an episode of Star Trek and they're talking about the prime directive. Or at least this particular episode brings the prime directive more into play, because this is a little bit pre the prime directive the way we know it. So I was like, okay, and basically what they say is all that shit that went down with Discovery had a lot of fallout. I hope that stuff never happens again. And so the first episode of Strange New Worlds is kind of clearing up after Discovery, and then they're off doing their own thing, and it's just like, yo, that's the closest thing to a hopeful sign that I could have possibly asked for in this series so far. So, yeah, let's see what's going on. I'm Mamo, sorry, let me check out this thing. Oh, Instagram. Oh, it's your Instagram link. Oh, lovely. Mamewa, who is this vampire, by the way? Is this You've been doing She-Hulk! She looks fantastic. Mamewa, I love how you've slipped these bluish purples against that green. That fucking slaps. Is it Vampirella? Is this the name of Guys, you all following Mamewa's Instagram? Anyway, I have zero knowledge on Star Trek. Good for you. My knowledge of Star Trek's as much as Assassin's Creed, none at all. Good for you. Honestly, that's just healthy. Yeah, don't worry about that for a moment. What did I want? I wanted to draw this without the arm, didn't I? All right, here we are. All right, let me duplicate this real quick. I can go for a wee in a minute. Kejimo, you just followed. Hey, good work. All the spoiling. That wasn't spoilers. That's right in the beginning of the episode. So no on Discovery and Picard, but yes on New Worlds. Yeah, like, I'm not going to stand behind Star Trek Strange New Worlds yet. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite got my seal of approval. Because it's definitely of the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know it's written by a similar team. But it's not displaying the same problems yet. So, however, there's still bits in it where characters are just like, okay, I get it, you've suffered trauma, and I get it, you are, you're really woke because of this. So it has a lot of that in there, but like, that only really stands out during the odd scene and the odd bit of character dialogue. It doesn't overtake the entire direction of an episode of the show. So I'm forgiving and forgetting. And I mean, the original Star Trek was full of agendas and woke stuff. But because it was so old, it was about topics which now are a little bit more resolved. Not in certain parts of America. But generally, if you're relatively open-minded or don't mind people living their lives, a lot of Star Trek TNG stuff covered those topics. And now it's just like, oh, okay. Whereas Strange New Worlds is covering a bit more of today's topics. And as a result, when those kind of things come up or are paralleled in a character story arc, they do kind of stick out a bit more like a sore thumb. Too many awesome artists in chat. I'm going to cry myself to sleep. It's fine. What I do is I just shadow ban them later. There's two ways to... I've talked about this before. There's two ways to get to the top. You either work really hard and become really good and become one of the best in your field, or you find everybody who's better than you and you get them cancelled on Twitter. Tear them down. Lower the ceiling till you can touch it. That's my motto. So every time we get an awesome artist come in here who's better than me, I just start a malicious rumour about them. Next thing you know, they're not streaming. They've had to delete their Twitter account. Mikey Mega Mega moves up a rung in the ladder. Mate, I'm going to the top. I'm going to the top and I'll do whatever it takes. I'm not going to let morality hold me back. I call her the Spruce Moose. She can go from New York to... Where does the Spruce Moose go? It's like Berlin or something, or Switzerland. Hop in, Smithers. I said, get in. That's a fascinating model, sir. Model? Survival of the fittest. Mate, Battle Royale. We get the top 50 art streamers on Twitch, and we put them on an island. Each with a backpack and a different art tool inside and some basic survival gear. You've got 3 days. You either have to draw the best art of your life, or you have to kill everyone. Morality gets in the way. Joke's on you, I don't consider myself an artist, so... Wow. That's for Hillary strat. Oh, Kiteser. Somebody's a little bit sore that they didn't get... Who's the other guy who ran against Hillary? The one who would have actually instigated change. I'm once again asking for America to vote in a very disappointing manner. That's the left, right? I don't know about American politics. That's the liberals. By the way, listen to this song. It's amazing. But, like, you guys really fucked yourselves. Like, if you just, like, because, like, if I understand this correctly, the liberals and the Democrats have a whole group of people who want to become president. And so those people basically fight each other, and they spend all their time and resources fighting against their own kind, if that makes sense. This is my outsider's English understanding. And then by the end of it, the two fight against each other to try to be president. I'm the king of this grouping, I'm the king of this grouping. So there might be a lib or a dem who has somebody, like, whatever you prefer, by the way, whatever your religious, whatever your political view, I don't mind. I'm not interested in that. But there might be a really fucking good Democrat who's a really good president, or a really fucking good liberal who's going to be a really good president. And you guys managed to fuck yourselves over by knocking them out of the running by other people who are essentially on the same team before you even get a chance to then stand them up against another guy. So the result is that you had Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not saying that we have it good. Prince Philip recently gave a speech about affordable housing and the cost of living, and he gave that speech from a golden gilded opulent throne with all his medals. I shit you not, it's like the most amazing optics for a speech about the cost of living and the minimum wage you've ever seen in your life. Was that a One Cut of the Dead reference? Bill, One Cut of the Dead is a banging good film. That genuinely becomes a completely different movie halfway through, and it does it in a way that's actually feel good and superb. No, I was doing Battle Royale references. Battle Royale! Unless you're talking about something else. The two-party system is a bit dumb. Jaffias, are you saying that you'd rather go to China or North Korea? Ah, the one-party democratic system. There we go. It's democracy without all of the cumbersome and burdensome freedom of choice. No, I don't have an opinion, honestly. I want to visit China one day, and I want to be welcome there, so I do not have an opinion. Well done, everyone who's powerful and can affect my visa. Oh, speaking of which, guys, we need to do some more horror games, because that horror game that got banned for ages because they had anti-Chinese slogans, that is now available again. Obviously, they never got another publisher, so the guys who made it now sell that game directly on their own website. Is it Visage? No, I'm thinking of something else. Oh, Homongchi, what are you showing? This is a banger of a Hunter x Hunter tune. The original TV show Hunter x Hunter and the original Hunter x Hunter intro actually hits me a lot deeper, because it was like I experienced it much earlier in life. I need a wee. One sec, let me get down here. Oh my god, I'm bursting, guys. I'm going to go for a really quick wee. Okay, bro, it's a little bit faint. I can't quite see all your lines. I can see, obviously, the main body shapes. It looks like another banging panel. Obviously, you know, you prepare your pencil work for somebody to do the inking over it, so you're never going to go too nuts. I appreciate it. But it's looking good. Well, 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 if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Yeah, don't be like that. Do you like Dolph Lundgren as an actor? Selling Pepsi. Selling Pepsi, you should have hung out in our Lego stream. We've been talking about action movies from the 90s quite a lot. I don't know much about Dolph Lundgren's overall acting career, other than, you know, Universal Soldier, a couple other things, and Rocky. So I like him in terms of his roles, but I don't know anything about, like, him as a person behind the scenes. Guys, I'm going to do it really quick, BRB. One quick sec. Let me just press some buttons. I've got to pause the recording. Somebody remind me to record when I come back, because if I start talking, I will forget. One quick sec. This is a great opportunity, everyone, to have a stretch. I'm just gonna... the adverts are on automatic. Is there one coming up? There's an advert coming up in 5 minutes. I'm gonna play it right now, so it won't happen in 5 minutes. But I might as well do it now whilst I'm going for a quick wee. All right. Hey all. Thanks for holding on. Okay, I've actually remembered to record, but Kaiden, thank you very much. Jem, thank you. I appreciate you both stepping up. I'm thinking more of that Halloween episode of The Simpsons. Oh, Jaffias, which one? Treehouse of Horror? Simpsons Halloween episodes are absolute bangers. Gabby, Devotion. Yeah, Devotion was the one. Is it alright if I share my Instagram here? I've just uploaded some of my commissioned art. Fizzle Fuse, no and yes. The no part being, I don't want to look at your whole Instagram. Ain't nobody got time for that. The yes being, if you've got a particular image that you're really proud of, I absolutely would love to look at it, as long as it's safe for work. So get a permit from my mods. I'm a bit behind on chat. I don't know if this has already been done. Like, as much as I love seeing your art, I can't be asked to trawl through someone's entire Insta. But I love looking at, like, the bits that really speak to you. They're like for the Incas, but it's still in a rough stage. Nice. Keep it up, man. Mate, you've been busting out the panels. I like Mecha from Lego. Yeah, Snowrip, it's you who does the digital mecha builds, right? My lights are flashing. Have I missed something? I think Lumia's not working very well this evening. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, dude, she looks awesome. I don't recognize that spaceship in the background. Is she from an... So, oh wait. She's an Aegis Reclaimer. So this is a commission. Does this character exist in a universe? Or is it a custom design to be in a universe? By the way, that rim light is lovely. I love how it just warms up the trousers a little bit into that kind of beigeish brown tone. Dude, your proportions are so nice. Yeah, she's looking great, dude. The design's custom. It's based on the ship. Oh shit. Hey, nice. You're trying to make a backpack weapon platform for one of your mechs. Bloody hell. Oh, mate, I leave that stuff down to Gundam. Gundam and come back later. What am I doing here? Oh, let's turn this all down. So anyway, this is vaguely where we were. What anime is this? Does anybody recognize this? Oh, it's pumping. Bloody hell. Does anybody remember Tarantula? The old Dubstep song? Tarantula, stop playing with my xylobite single. It was just as banging as that. Oh, Tarantula, got me playing arterial. Ooh, snap. Please no. Oh, that was Black Clover. It was a remix. Great White Kitty, I thought you were going to bed. Why are you conscious? Please share playlists. I keep waking up because I'm enjoying it. Oh, right. Hey, yo. Dude, it's literally Spotify. Anime openings top 100. God, you can't copy anything on Spotify. It's all nested. Literally, just type in this. Pop that bad boy in, and I think there's a picture of like a guy with handcuffs, possibly from Tokyo Ghoul. Also, Hoshino Stalker, thank you very much for the follow, and Sky Uwu as well followed. I do apologise if I miss followers, or I don't at least say hello and give you guys some basic human decency. I'm not doing it on purpose, I promise. I just miss it sometimes. But that Mikey Mega Mate, he thinks he's too good, he does. Too good to say hello. Spits on us, he does. By the way, I'm not going to hyperfixate on this for too long. I'm literally just doing this because I enjoy it. But this isn't going to look particularly good, nor is this necessarily the idea I want to try out tonight. The idea I want to try out tonight is really posy. Because there's all these yaws that are whipping around and looking great, and I really want to do that. But I want to give Yaw like a power stance because her dress fans out. So like, because basically I've been doing some more tutorials recently, and I've been drawing a lot of strong legs with wide, powerful stances. Yeah, I'll draw it in a minute. Don't even bring up mods. He only spits on the regulars, yeah. It's only once I've gotten comfortable with you turning up and I feel like you're not going to take it personally, but I start to treat you like shit for fun. It's actually how I communicate with people. Yeah, Wendigolu. Strong legs for the win. Yo, Creedy Fox. Hey, welcome on in. Good evening. How you doing? That's your sweet words on your intro. Hey, we're just chilling out at the moment. We're just taking it easy and doing sketching. I'm not going to do anything amazing tonight. I rarely do anyway. But we're just playing around with a couple ideas for Spy Time's Family Your. How's life at your end? Happy Monday. I hope you're working hard. Or hardly working. It's a little example of the kind of charm you'll get around here. It's a little taste for you. Mikey, how long have you been doing art overall, Miss Cold? I think in terms of what I do and the way I like to draw, the answer is, how long have I been YouTubing now? Too long. It's actually too long. Let's not count COVID. No, let's count it. 7 years, 6 years, 6, 7 or 8 years. I do have other art experience from when I was younger, but I stopped drawing for most of my 20s and, middle of my life. But all the kind of like anime style and the way we do things now, yeah, on and off 8 years. Sometimes I draw a lot, sometimes I hardly draw at all, so don't judge me. Charm? What charm? Yeah! It's not really called for, is it, Beefstachio? Beefstachio, I'm trying to help you with Star Trek, mate. You're coming in with you're flapping your lips, mate. What a shame. Sport it. Your humility about your amazing art skills is sickening. Jem, you are just so fucking supportive. But we've got a long way to go, Jem, before we're back anywhere near what we need to be doing. I appreciate your kindness, though. One of the things I love about Jem, because she's like a horrible swamp hag of a person who writhes and seethes in other people's despair. But the one exception is she's actually quite encouraging with other people's creativity. That's why I quite like her. It's like when there's like that arsehole at work, but then you catch them going out of their way to just be nice to someone for no other reason than it makes that person's day a little bit better. And you're just kind of like, that guy's an arsehole, but he's my kind of arsehole. We had this guy at work who was, he worked in a bit more of like the HR planning side of things in our old office. And me and him got on quite well because we both rode motorbikes, so we'd gone rides together. But he was otherwise known for being a bit of a miserable bastard. I actually didn't really see it, but I didn't have to sit next to him. And everybody who did sit next to him was just like, oh, fucking hell. But I know, like, going on ride-outs with him and stuff, I know that, like, he's not massively into cars, except with a few exceptions. And this girl on my team at the time was saving up for, like, her first own car. And so that was like, it was like a really big deal for her. And she was like pretty anxious about it. And she was getting this cheeky car, like she had to get it on finance and like kind of commit to it. And I remember the dude just kind of wandered over because we were just all chilling out in the office. It was a relatively quiet day. And apropos of nothing, he was just like, oh, you're getting the old, it was like a Nissan Dune bug. I don't care. But he was like, oh, the blah, blah, blah. Yo, that's actually a really good little car. Like, it's really well rated. They're super, like, what do you call it? They're super, like, when stuff doesn't break down, they're super trustworthy or whatever. But anyway, it's like, I've heard really good things about that. It's a good little car. It's a good little rating. And I knew for a fact that he didn't fucking know much about that car. He didn't fucking care about it. But he just wandered over and, like, because my mate was quite anxious, he'd just seen that she was quite anxious and just decided to big up the car. To, like, just be like, no, you're doing great. That's a great car. You're going to fucking enjoy that car. Nice one. Reliable. Thank you very much. And I remember thinking in my head, I was just like, yo, so you're that miserable guy over there, huh? I see you. You just gone out your way to just, like, you know, take the anxiety a tiny bit out of someone's day. I was just like, yo, word in the streets, you're a bit of an asshole in this office. You might be my kind of asshole. I was just like, after that, I was just like, yeah, that guy's all right. It's when you catch people doing shit like that, and you know they're not going to get anything out of it. They're just casually, naturally being nice to someone for nothing in return. You just like you spot that sometimes, and you're just like, nah, I got your measure, mate. You can be a moody cunt now, but I've got the measure of you. You've been inspired to draw. Kaiden, that pleases me greatly. You're good on you, man. I need to crack on and get in that vibe as well. Well, I'm inspired, but you know, my desires are a little bit further ahead than my capabilities. Which is a place we all go from time to time, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Disney is sus. Do you want to expand on that? Hey, Squishy Slipper! A little blast from the past. How you doing? Welcome on back in. Oh yeah. I hadn't actually streamed for 2 months, and I'm only back recently. Now I stream every day. How are you? 2-piece. Burleach. Hey. Yo, Squishy coming in with that 10-month resub. Thank you very much, Squishy. Hey. Oh, yo, who's this? This voice is lovely. Yeah, this sounds awesome. Mika Ogawa, Full Metal Alchemist. No, I'm feeling it. Oh, did we just hear this a second ago? Squishy, yeah. I've got 2 different ideas for her. This is one of them. And then we're going to look at the other one. Probably not tonight, but like, I will play around with 2 different ideas. Sometimes that might be whilst I'm streaming. I have plans. Now, she's got quite a curvy, pointy chin face, and I tend to square off characters like that. I'll go Juliet jawline. So I need to see if I can just sweep a little bit more. Hey, Kukazult, how you doing, man? Good evening. Cheers for the follow, appreciate it. Whatever's going on here, this head's horribly, it's all too horribly tucked in. I thought it's good, it's not good. bara mitten av kanske. Totemo utsukushii desu ne. Oh, Valvenge, have I missed Smart? Tifa fan art for her birthday. Fucking love drawing Tifa. We're gonna do more Glasses Tifa is not over, guys. Yo, she looks fucking great, by the way. That is great. I really like that. Oh my god, you've done Yor as well. She looks fantastic. She looks really good. We talked about this before. You're not allowed to share your Instagram if your artwork looks better than mine. Next time, if Valvenge wants to share some artwork mods, I need you to vet it. If it looks too good, I need you to actually just delete the link. What did I just say earlier about... Come on. That's not fair, then he could never share. I'm willing to deal with the consequences if you are. That's the sort of shit I used to come out with in my last office job once I realised I didn't need them. Mikey, you can't do that. You can't just go off to another lunch. Actually, I can do whatever I want. As long as I'm willing to accept the consequences, I can do whatever the hell I want. Oh, what's that? I'm in another meeting. Yeah, I thought so. Oh my god, I hate this whole thing. Anyway, so the other thing that I wanted to think about, I'm just going to sketch up this very loosely of what I had in my head. It's just going to be shit. Because I've almost got to go to bed. I'm so sorry. So, big wide yaw, power yaw. Also, the reason that I could, if I have the face straight on, we can use the mirror tool again. I quite like that last time. It's an 8-hour meeting. Glasses Tifa and Shorthead Tifa. Valvenge, in the Tifa-verse, they're two separate characters. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Mate. Can we get, is it lasagna? Can we get a shout out for Nyati? There's a Filipino bodybuilding lady who does cosplays. She's also a graphic illustrator. But I'm pretty sure she said she was going to do a Shorthead Tifa cosplay. Which I'm very much looking forward to. Now, because if we've got the face straight on and it's using mirror tool, you then have to immediately not have anything else straight on. Otherwise, it's too much, it's too artificial. So, game plan. I am a triangle, hear me roar. I am a triangle. What is The Simpsons where it's just like he puts on the glasses he finds in the toilet? Homer finds toilet glasses and he's like, these make me look intelligent. And he's just like, the square root of any angle, the square root of a long angle on any hypotenuse triangle is equal to the sum of the square root of the other two lengths. And then there's just this just sounds really good. And then there's just a dude in the other store and he's just like, that's a right angle triangle, you idiot. It's just like so fucking random and funny. Mikey, well, I remember. Was that comment on my post because you hate it or like it? No, I was just fascinated by it. I like the combo. I like, I don't think it's for everyone. But I'm usually quite fascinated by piercings. Ear piercings don't really, like, in terms of, like, on other people. By the way, live your style, whatever you want to do. I'm quite interested by that bar when people have that... Is it a tragus bar? That kind of looks like it goes both in, across, and then back out the top of the ear. They look pretty funky. But I'd never seen a 1, 2, 3 scenario. When I was at university, there was this girl in year above me. And it helped that she was really hot. But she had dimples on both cheeks. And her dimples were pierced. Oh, mate. Fucking hell. I was just like... You might be the coolest person I've ever met. I was like, wow. Oh, is this another good one, Squishy? Old Simpsons was good. Yes, it was. Pour one out for what the Simpsons used to be, mate. I'm actually new to Twitch. Have you whispered to me, and if so, are my replies private? You're disclosing your truth. Wendy Globu, be careful making friends on this platform. We're all having fun, but don't disclose too much, okay? Internet safety starts with you. Especially the kind of people who hang out in my streams. Okay, remember the box. We're looking up. This is my truth, tell me yours. I think that's either an album or a track by the Manic Street Preachers. An industrial bar. I want one so badly. But I don't have the right anatomy for it. It's for some types of ears, but not others. Good to know. Who needs toilet glasses when you have toiletries? Man, you come back from the toilet once with a half-open chocolate bar you'd left there before, and you guys do not let that go. What was it, like a Milky Way? I once went to the toilet, not on stream, but I once went to the loo, and whilst I was at the toilet, I found a chocolate bar in my bathroom. Kind of like a bit behind the toilet urinal thing when it flushes. And it was half of a Milky Way, and I was like, yo, guys, I just found a chocolate bar. I'm having a great day. And instead of being like, oh, good, Mikey, enjoy your great day, enjoy your chocolate bar, you guys were like, toilet treats. And then you made out it was weird. And I was like, that's not the community I'm trying to foster. What a quote for the conversation. I got that shit inside of me. Such a timely quote. Car battery, Mikey, car battery. Bill, you need to get with the times, mate. I know, Bill, you're a busy man. Bill, do I have any good, I don't have any congratulation stuff. Bill, not only does my car have a working battery, I know you're just remembering the classics. Not only does my car have a working battery, it's a regular runner. Also, I've booked my COVID jabs, so I've got to go to an appointment next month. I'm like a functioning person. Actually, I have to go to the bank the day after tomorrow, because they've got my new card. I don't always like going to my bank because my bank manager and her assistant were just like, oh, we've been watching your YouTube videos. That's something they said to me during my mortgage application meeting, and I was just like, that's probably the last thing I wanted to hear. I'm going to be perfectly honest. We were looking at your videos earlier. Oh, good. Oh, good. Could I have a load of money, please, to buy a house? Mikey's leaving his house. The world is saved. Gabby, I'm tending to my garden as well. There's no more trees and bushes. It's growing over again a little bit because it's raining quite a lot at the moment and the soil's really fertile. So I need to go around and do like another good round of weeding. All the stuff's coming back, but all the trees are cut, all the bushes are out, it's cleared. I've got like endless logs and trees in the front garden having cleared. I'm going to get it in a wood chipper eventually. But like I have a space that I can go outside now and sit in the sun, even if it's still like all needs to be cleared up and burnt. It's all like dead twigs and stuff instead of grass. But that's just like saved my mental health massively. It's incredible. And I've got a bird feeder up. Mate, I've got old man hobbies now. I swear yesterday I was like, yo, go to Ibiza, see if you can bang some hotties. I was having an adventure with a Brazilian psychopath who threw away her knickers during a clubbing night. And then I feel like I've blinked during the pandemic. And now I'm heavier and I'm into watching my bird feeder. I come down in the morning. The morning's usually too early. The birds have like a cycle and it gets really, really popular at about 4 o'clock. All over my bird feeder. I've got the goods. And I'm just like, yeah, I like this. Famusto, how you doing, man? The first video they see is the Pixar dump trucks. Yeah. Okay, honestly, I don't know if it's going to work, but I might be also kind of like screwing with these angles a little bit too much. It's got to feel stable. Also, thank you for the follow. Hi, guys. Guys, Nix4000, I like your name. Guys, I hope you're having a lovely Monday, or as good as a Monday as is possible in your life. I know they're not the best things. I think Garfield had an opinion, but I forget what he says. Can't wait till Friday. Yeah, that's Garfield's motto. But thank you very much for popping on the stream or just saying hello. Whilst I'm just trying to warm back up into being an illustrator. Kind of getting some character feelings going. Calf curves out on the outside, right, and is higher. And bumps on the inside and is lower and more... Curves and straight lines. God, I forgot everything. Mix your curves with your lines. Hip flexors up there. Big manga calf muscle. Ooh, thank you for the follow. Hello. Good evening. Kuya! Hey Kuya, how you doing? So Kuya, I'm vaguely, as well as you being an excellent creative type and putting together some lovely things, I'm obviously vaguely aware that like you in your time have given lots of lovely advice to other art streamers. Like I hear Dizzy Kawa talking about you coming up with great stuff all the time. I didn't realise you were hanging out in all the other 3D modelers as well. I saw Kuya JP over in Andrew Hodson's stream the other day. I was like, yeah. What's up? I'm doing great. How are you? Yeah, I'm okay, man. I can't complain. I've just been saying I'm still really rusty with the illustration. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of back to basics. I'm relearning just a little bit about structure. And I don't really have a super clear idea of what I kind of want to be creating right now. So I'm just trying to kind of like move things around until I find that engagement again for myself personally. So yeah, we're vibing to that, but I'm mostly talking about how I like gardening now and chilling out. Andrew's my buddy. I helped him get partnered. Yo! Good work, man. Yeah. Like other than being, so you probably hear this from artists all the time. Oh, I'd like to learn Blender one day so I can do 3D environments for my character stuff. Some people do, and some people only talk about it. I'm more of a talker than a doer. But like, you don't have to spend too long in Andrew's stream to recognize he is a professional at the top of his field. And it's like, I don't want to learn Maya. I don't want to learn 3ds Max. But I can watch his streams all day long because he is a professional talking about cutting through like the beginner crap and talking about the key top stuff within the film industry. And you're just like, yo, this is fascinating. This is really good to hear. Like, even if it's something that might seem a bit benign, like an industry or a topic that might not seem super obvious. Like, this is super random, but like a friend of mine works for a mining company. He finds new areas of land that might be good for mining. He doesn't even live in this country now. He's in Australia. But like, as long as it's a professional who's at the top of their field and actually clearly knows their stuff so well that they can communicate it to a layperson, it doesn't really matter what field that is. I could listen to somebody like that talk about their work for quite a long time, very happily. I'd so work in a garden if I had one. Oh. 813 High says, I'm a big fan. Can you tell me tips how to draw? 813 High. Hello there. How you doing? Oh, talk about gardening. I've just seen Lizard. 813 tips. I would say, have a look. I've got some YouTube videos. Go to youtube.com/Mikey Mega Mega, and pretty much everything I know, I try to make videos out of. So instead of me giving you just some random tips apropos of nothing here, check them out, because then you can always double check and go back to them. And hopefully, you might find some stuff in there that's useful. Sir? Lizard, how are you? Oh, by the way, I pulled a muscle in my neck, only slightly, which is why I haven't been bitching about it. But I put on a load of Voltarol earlier in the evening, so I'm not twisting too hard. Lizard, how are you? My God, Lizard! All my lizzies, all my Lizard the Tree Wizard plants, the two of them, they won't stop hecking growing new leaves. They're just doing so well compared to my Paphos vine. I need to buy new pots and expand my territory of stepmother's tongue. I'm so planty now. I'm so outdoorsy. How are you, Lizard? I know you don't care. But, well, I know you don't mind, one way or the other. But I always think of you. I just think of the stepmother's tongue. I was always wondering how people make concept for a Transformers. For me, it was something unimaginable, but Andrew told me that a lot of it is just faked. They just build a lot of parts, and the rigger makes it work somehow. Yeah, Kuya, so the way I heard it is that part of the marketing behind the first Transformers movie was that we separated every element of this car in 3D modeling, and then the 3D modelers worked out how to arrange it. And then they're just like, plus a little bit of extra stuff. And then now, obviously, when you get used to seeing Andrew work, you realise he builds little, I don't know what the right term is, but he builds groups of objects. And he builds this endless array of, like, mechanical machine groups and templates. And he's just like, whoop. Nazi Wolfie, this is a test. I'm so proud. What's the bad that says watching with no audio? The bad watching with no... Wait, what? Artsy Wolfie, context. Also... Oh, I've got redeems. Oh, Bill. Yeah, Lizard. Also, I feel like I wanted to say something else and I've utterly forgotten. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I don't mean to fanboy too much over this other streamer. But he just left his hard surface modeling job for a film industry, and he worked on Dune. And as you know, I'm a bit of a hardcore Dune fanboy. So he made a lot of the ships, and he made a lot of Arakeen in the Dune movie. It's what do you call it? Business reel? What do you call it when you show off? His business reel is insane. Disgusting. Anyway, so as you know, we're going to cancel him soon on Twitter. Get Mikey to the top. We'll think up something horrible. How did you find him? Oh, every now and then, Koya, I remember to scroll down in the art section past people I already know. I don't do it that often, but every now and then I'm just like, yo, what's actually going? What are people up to? And I think it was just after he took a break, so obviously, like, he's getting bigger again. But he had a few viewers, and he was doing his own private work, and he was just for fun re-rendering. I think it's Battleship Yamato. I don't know if it's that actual anime or a very similar genre of a space battleship 80s anime, but he was just hard surface modeling his own version from scratch with, you know, industry level detail. It's like, yo, okay, let's listen to this guy for a bit. What about you, Koya? Like, obviously you're part of the scene around here, but like, do you often find new streamers outside of like being involved in a raid? Do you keep an eye on like the art category, or do you just kind of like, you know, I know who I know and I like who I like? Because I don't catch enough newbies, if that makes sense. This is my one of my favorite One Piece songs. Do you also do some 3D? No, Kuya, not me. Not me, sadly. I'm enticed by it. I'm fascinated by it. You know, I look for new streamers all the time. That's my favorite part. All right, enough about other people. How are you, dude? I hope life is treating you well. I don't think I actually said hello. I think I just started talking about Andrew Hodgson. So fucking rude. Hey, I'm so pleased to see you. I want to talk about someone else entirely. Do you know what? We might be flat on. I might drop us right down here. Which means I don't think it works if this leg's too high then. She's got heels. We'll work out the feet later. Don't judge me. Mina loves cars. I like your emotes. Helena as well has got some shakers. Nice. Especially for background and thumbnail planning, like composition. If you need a Blender introduction, I can show you how to use it sometime in VC. It's so useful. Oh, yo, I might take you up on that sometime. That's, like I was saying a minute ago, that's, like, the 3D world fascinates me just as a fan. But in terms of, like, anything I might ever apply, it's exactly that. Like, sitting there and, like, setting up my vanishing points in Photoshop and stuff and getting one scene with, you know, just getting tables to line up. It's alright for that once, but, like, if you can just boil that down to just dropping a couple, like, cubes and surfaces in an environment and then just set up the right kind of camera lens and just move that environment and just be like, okay, there, now I can draw it in. I feel like that might literally save me hours of my life. But I still haven't put in the time to learn, like, you know, it would take me, what, an afternoon to learn the very basics of setting up a scene and save me hours. Yeah, I still haven't committed to the initial setup. Yo! Alright, it's a party in my chat now. Absolute bangers. I see you guys. I see you. It's so powerful, yeah. I bet. You can sketch a perspective grid in Photoshop and make it line up in Blender. Right. How low does your hand go? Your wrist stops at your junk, and then your hand comes after. Okay. Just double checking. I knew that. I just wanted to make sure that I knew that for a fact. If I ever do an original comic, I'm 100% going to use 3D environments. This is a thing like the Elvenheim stuff I want to do. When they're in like the High Elf Temple by the sea, like I have architecture in mind for that, and I don't want to have to constantly redraw it. Like it's tempting to do a real basic build just for the sake of perspective. I need to I've got a YouTube video saved in my favorites from about 7 years ago. I've never fully watched it, but I've always had it there, and it's a tutorial about taking a real life photograph and then kind of reducing it right down for a black and white manga, and how to like bring up some elements of like brickwork and leaves on trees and foliage and environment, and like make other elements kind of go away. So a bit of that would be brilliant, because like I vaguely remember towards the end of Gantz, there's a bit when on like, is it the alien planet is on a spaceship or something, and I immediately recognized loads of the surroundings were just photographs of the Kyoto's main train station, the like really new one, because like I took the exact same photos when I was in Japan at the time, and I was like, yo, I know exactly where this is. This ain't no spaceship. You do that too. Hey, this video looks really, really good. I should definitely learn what's in this video. Okay, well, firstly, I'll add it to my bookmarks, and secondly, I will never look at it ever again. It starts to be a JoJo pose. Okay, so here's my thinking. Me, in the last pose that I was just loosely sketching out terribly, and everybody else. And I know that you should never really do your artwork based on what other people are drawing. Draw for yourself. Stick with your ideas. But everybody's got her with either a hand near her face or one of her spikes near her face. So for that reason alone, I'm wondering, what if she's in a power stance and she's got both needles down by her hips, so that we get this lovely silhouette of her frame, and then everything just goes bang outwards. That's my thinking. My thinking is, I don't want to, I'm not like the other girls you're going to find on Twitter art. I'm not like the other fan artists. I'm different. Artsy Wolfie, Mikey, can I make an observation? I don't want to say if you don't want me to. You may make an observation, but please consider my feelings. I am a human being. Random question. Have you ever played Dead or Alive? No, Intoxicated. I was a hardcore Tekken boy. Back when those days were around, Tekken was my business. But I am aware it's famous for the boob physics. So much so that I think someone told me they don't even make Dead or Alive fighting games anymore. They literally just make the beach ball games. Is that true? It's gonna be a bit further up. The legs are slightly too short for the perspective. Yeah. Let's get some lines going. I mean, this is a great time to tell me that, because this is where we've got the opportunity to move them. So if you look at all this leg length, and then let's compare that to the length of the torso. Are you sure? I mean, I'm not going to argue the point with you. Although, like, there is a question of whether or not someone's just being rude, I am actually a big believer in random assholes coming into chat and just going, that leg looks wrong, and then disappearing. Because you might just be like, well, I haven't worked on it yet. Fuck off. I didn't ask for your opinion. Personally, I actually find that to be a really good indicator, just because they may have done it in a very rude fashion, but that person has given you their gut instinct reaction, and you as the illustrator might argue, oh no, actually this is correct because I measured it. But what they're telling you is that it doesn't look or feel correct, and that's a separate, very important part of your illustrations. Long story short, Artsy Wolf is an asshole for having an opinion, but we'll forgive her. Mongchi, thank you for saying, man. Do you think it's possible to make it on YouTube as an art tutorial maker without having a voice with either just subtitles or text to speech? Mikey, my community wants me to make tutorials, but I don't really know if it's worth the effort since I don't talk. Okay, fascinating. Well, my first instinct is the best way to find out is make some videos. This is kind of not quite answering your question, but this is shit that I say to anyone who's just like, oh, I'm considering starting YouTubing. Do it. Make a video. Make a video. And remember that, sorry, I'm stalling, but like basically it may or may not work, but if you make a video where you're text to speeching, or you're just subtitling your design process and playing some music on top, that video, whether it's good or bad, is 100% better than the current no videos that you've got on your YouTube channel. Do you know what I mean? So you do it, you bust it out, and people are either going to respond to it or they're not, or you're going to do it. It might not have many views, but you're going to be like, do you know what? Once I stopped trying to make it perfect and I stopped stressing about it, I ended up making a little bit of a derpy video. I don't need to have such a long intro. I can cut out this, i.e. you've got some material, and then you can use that as your bouncing point. All right, I like that. I'm going to keep that. This was too long. I should have turned it into a time lapse. Next video. Always. A bad video is 100 times better than no video if you're trying to get a feel for whether or not you want to make that kind of content on that nightmare of a platform. Also, the more people who are on YouTube, the more people I get to complain to about YouTube's fucking policies. Stylus gets it. Yo! The nice lady over there. Oh, hello! Welcome, welcome. Hi, guys. How you doing? The ladies' clan is here. Yo, I like the sound of this already. The nice lady over there. Good evening. How the devil are you? Yo, let me give you my automatic welcome. Bear in mind, this is supposed to be a joke. I'm genuinely not being this dismissive. But it saves me talking. One sec, where is it? The nice lady over there. The nice lady over there. I apologize for that. This is my idea of hilarity. How are you? Yeah, I'm bringing out that intro again. I'll tell you why we're using that intro. I forgot to move my telephone over when I was moving stuff around in the house. Yeah, hey, But honestly, hey, thank you very much for that raid. And how was your stream? Please tell us a little bit about your evening, if you don't mind. It's lovely to meet you. What's good? What is good? Oh, hey, you got an Instagram. Let's have a look. Oh, yo, these are gorgeous. I like your anticipation. Is that Louis Theroux? Hey, these are awesome. You're an IRL person. You're a person who works with stuff and mediums. Hey, yo. Hey, that's really good. I like painting good boys. Yeah. I lost all my edge as I got older. Like, now I'm just very nostalgic and feelsy. So, like, I'm all about, like, yeah, the good boys, like, the good guys in life as well. Do you know what I mean? What were you doing this evening? Also painting, I'm assuming. I do stuffs with stuff. In this economy. Tiger Bazelle, hello there. Yeah, they're awesome, weren't they? Deciphus, I just watched your muscle women tutorial and I've never learned so much about body construction. Yay, I'm helping. Yeah, hi guys, welcome in. What's good? Bob Ross tonight. Oh, so that's the one that's on your Instagram right now. I approve greatly. I know this is just odd lines. I'm trying to do Yor from Spy Times Family. But I'm just trying to consider a version of her that's got like a slightly different pose than all the fan art I'm currently seeing. Not that I should be constricting my art based on what other people do. I should just be enjoying it for my own right. But it's encouraging me to play around with the stance a little bit more. So at the moment, I'm just like, I'll make her a bit smaller in the canvas in a minute, but I'm trying to think about a power stance. But we've just been taking a look, just before you came in, the reason why I have this big long shape, don't worry about the placement, that's just unfortunate timing, is that to some people, the legs are a little bit too short, proportionally, in this composition. But I'm not sure if that's, and in either case, it's still a valid critique. I'm not sure if that's just a reaction to what you expect, or if they are too short. Because I'm following this line here of the length of the leg, and if you imagine, like, say your kind of average anime character's proportions might be that the leg to hip line is going to be just a touch more than the hip to head height. So I'm just kind of sticking this line in. I'm going, okay, well, if her leg's this long, and then I go up here, and then I rotate it, but it seems longer. But the critique is that this is also foreshortening away from us. So the body itself is a little bit longer than I'm depicting it here compared to the ratio of the leg. So now I'm overthinking. I don't know what to believe. That takes you about 3 hours. Oh, I do envy you. Oh, yo, I nearly forgot. Nice lady over there. I nearly forgot. I have to make sure I'm following you now. Because what happened is I forget. And then 2 days later, I'm just like, oh, who is that person you raided? Oh, shit. One sec. Let me just go grab your channel. Oh, you can do it from here now. I can literally just click on your name and follow. Okay, great. Yo, I'm going to have to come check out your business sometime. Not the overthinking, mate. It's all overthinking. Oh, no worries. I like checking people out and see what they're up to. Mate, especially in the art category. The leg torso length is fine. No, I don't. No, Artsy Wolfie, you can't take it back now. You spoke from the heart. Okay, we're supposed to be enjoying this. No, we're fine. Ooh, okay. Why's that red? Okay, look. I love you guys for raiding in. I actually have a set bedtime at the moment, and we've just hit it. I'm going to sketch a tiny bit more because, hey, it's Monday. But we are actually going to go for a little bit of a raid ourselves. So I'll take you lovely people, new and old, fresh and familiar. And we'll see if we can just pop in for a cheeky hello with some other people on the platform. It's always nice. Yo, this tune's an absolute banger. I love the One Piece soundtracks. One Piece. Danke für das Stream. Ah, bitteschön. Joey is bloke. How you doing, man? Remember that you're loved. Lizard, you are just a font of wholesomeness and an absolute pleasure to know. Actually, no, Lizard, it might be because of my current bedtime game plan. I haven't caught you streaming. Wait a minute, you streamed whilst I was streaming the other day. You were being sneaky about it. I'm watching you. I'm going to keep an eye out. Oh, Lizard. Okay, really quickly. I saw an Instagram. No, sorry. We don't live in that universe anymore. I saw a Vine that reminded me of you. I was watching a Vine compilation. And it's obviously just being someone just being stupid for a laugh. But they were just like, yo, I bought this new puzzle. But it comes with loads of defective pieces. And they open up the puzzle. And it's obviously just that some of the pieces are the wrong way up. But she's just moving them around. And she's just like, look at this. Look at all the defects. Put a little smile on my face, that did. And I was like, hey, I know a puzzle streamer. Hey, man. Oh, Lord. I know what time it is in Portugal. You can't fool me. Oh, Helena. Helena, are you Portuguese? Helena. And you're a Neon Genesis Evangelion fan. Helena, I've got family in Portugal. I'm a tiny bit Brazilian, but my family, at some point when I was a kid, sold everything and moved to Portugal. I have no idea why. They're either dodging tax issues or gang issues, I can't tell. Lisboa. Yeah, between the mountains and the sea. Don't tell me where you are. Come on, safety first. But, I don't speak... No falo português. I don't speak Portuguese, but I'm always telling people that I'm going to learn. And then I never learn. So I keep popping into, like, Brazilian and Portuguese streams. And they're just like, yo, you a gringo? And I'm just like... Yeah, basically. Yeah, afraid so. Tell them to go to Porto. No. I'd rather they were happy. One of your besties is in Portugal. Yeah, Hybrid! Mate! Talk about blasts from the past and friendly faces. Hybrid, I hope you are having a lovely life on the other side of the Atlantic. Dude, you've caught me just before we're going to go raid, because I'm doing a bit of a bedtime thing at the moment. How you doing, man? Are you still doing book covers and commissions, dude? It's good to see you. Do you have a tutorial for booba proportions and placement? Red and blue becomes purple. I have 3 separate drawing tutorials on boobs of different sizes and their placement. They're a little bit old. I'm actually going to redo some boob tutorials and focus on some slightly different things about them very soon. But yes, I do. I've got a few about boobs, definitely. Just a bit, mate. That is if YouTube hasn't locked or age restricted them yet. Why not a 4th? Indeedifies, why not? How's the gardening? Yeah, it's coming along, dude. It's actually been raining a bit, so I've been focusing on stripping the wallpaper inside. But I'll give you a full answer because I know you remember all this stuff. But yeah, so the weeds are like growing back a little bit, but it's like easy to take care of now. I've cleared all the shrub, cut down almost all the trees and stuff. So it just needs a little bit of TLCing, but I'm still burning all of the bits. We shall master the booba. What about booty placement? Yeah, I've got a tutorial about good hips, thighs, and bums. Thanks for asking. I met the founders of Gainax in 09. I asked for an internship and they told me not to do it because animators get underpaid in Japan and the ones that work in there have saved up money to fulfill their dream. Kuya, yo, I reevaluated my fantasies a long time ago regarding that. If you asked me what I wanted to do when I was a little kid, my answer was go around Asia and I would pay for my travels by working on a manga and I'd study martial arts. And then as I got older, I realized that the life expectancy of the average mangaka in Japan is lower than a wrestler in the 80s. It is like a nightmare environment. And I was just like, oh, nah, you're right, mate. Nah, you're okay. You're okay. Yeah, well, it's fascinating they literally told you, though, not to bother. Oh, actually not so good. I'm looking for a place to live here, as it's impossible living with Suzette's mum. But it's been hard. We thought we had a place to rent, and then it fell through today. Oh, I'm sorry. That must be a bit of a shitter. Well, hey, come on, dude. Keep up the search. It's going to start getting really fucking cold soon, mate. So, yeah, keep it up. Oh, I'm sorry it's a bit of a bugger. Is there anything particular, dude, about... It's Canada, about Canadian housing law that makes it just more annoying than over here? Jim, did you just find the specific tutorial videos? Fucking legend. Jess times Jess. I hope you have a lovely time at your cons, and thank you very much for vibing along with us, of course. Okay, guys, we've got to... I know this is so... Like, we've done some other sketching today, just to validate myself. I know this is... oh my god, my words. Nowhere near what I wanted to actually achieve right now in terms of the idea. But this is the thinking of what we could be up to. But obviously I need to work on the thumbnail idea of how we're actually going to fill this composition if we go for it. But I do want the whole, like... So let me grab you delicious eggs. We're going to jump into another streamer's stream. I dreamed a dream, and now that dream is gone from me. I streamed a stream! Who else shall we laser beam ourselves into? You guys are absolute heroes. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I stream every day. This looks good. Ooh. Yo, I'm just looking at two different art streamers. Oh, this art streamer isn't doing art right now. They're doing the Briggs-Myers personality test. ENTFG sort of stuff. But this other art streamer is doing some super cute chibi illustrations. Guys, let's go and say hello to Akumel. She's super awesome. /raid, she does super cute anime artwork. And she's really friendly and cool. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Let's go say a little bit of love and hello to Akumel. And I will see you tomorrow. Mikey, what for? Will it be more drawing? Maybe. Will it be more video games? Yeah, probably. Probably video games. Oh, also I have to edit that video now and take out the word Nazi. Otherwise YouTube will kill it. Yo, you guys are absolute stars. Hybrid, I'm sorry I can't catch you a little bit more. But it's lovely to see you again, and I hope that goes as well as possible. Kuya, it's lovely to have a little chill in the chat with you, dudes. obviously, like, there's so many people on this platform that, like, you're just like, yo, fan of you, bye. Haven't got any time to talk to you, fan of you, bye. You know what I mean? You wish them all the best. But it's lovely to touch bases, man. I hope you have a lovely evening yourself. And everybody else, you're right. No. Thank you for all the raiders and all the subs and resubs. Much love to the mods. This song! This is Linvalin's fucking shout out for Linvalin. This is Linvalin's resub message. I've never heard this in context in my life, but I've heard that chorus like once a month. Yo, that playlist is a banger. Alright, let's raid. Let's say hi to Mel. Take care. Mate, that playlist.